Hey guys, how y'all doing? My name is Derek Duga and I am a PDI tech here at Primeaux. And today we're going to do a walk around on a Cougar 34 TSB. So let's get started. On the front end you're going to have an electric jack. On this side is going to be an on and off button. That's just a light to help you hook up on and off the truck. Here you're going to have extend it and retract. That's just the jack's going to go up and down to take it off of your truck. If something ever happens to the jack to where it's not working, a lot of times when you pick it all the way up or all the way down, hooked to the battery here, you do have an inline fuse. So I would check that first. Okay, a lot of times it'll pop that and that's all the problem. Now, if you can't find the problem, in your front compartment, you're gonna have a handle that looks like this. You're gonna pull this rubber piece off the top, handle goes in the top, and now you can crank it manually to get it on and off of your truck. So here we have the LP bottles. On this particular one, you have the 7.5s, which are the bigger bottles. So here you have a crossover. So right now, as you can tell, the little handle is on this bottle. So you would get there, turn this bottle on. Once you would run out of gas, all you do is turn this bottle off, flip the crossover, and turn this bottle on, and now you have propane again. Down here on the bottom is where your battery is located. This is what's gonna run all your 12-volt stuff if you're not plugged, or once you charge to your truck will charge this, and Shore Power will charge it also. Now this is not maintenance free, so it's like a car. Every once in a while you wanna pull these caps, make sure there's water, make sure it's distilled. That way while it's charging, it won't blow up on you and you have to buy a new battery. So in this particular model, you do have two awnings. You have a main awning here that's going to cover the door, and then on the slide itself you're going to have another awning that comes out. That way once you set up, your slide won't take all your sitting room. You have the second awning. So right here we have, this is going to be the exhaust for your heater. So when you're running your heater, this right here is going to get really hot. So make sure there's no tables or chairs or anything that could melt. Most importantly, I see it all the time, the kids in the wintertime love to come right here in front of it, and because it's hot air coming out and they stay warm. Just remember, this is carbon monoxide, so it is bad for them. You don't want them breathing that. Here you have 110 plugs, and here is a cable hookup. So you could put your little table here, set you up a TV. On your gas grill, which is really nice, this is a stainless one. You pull out the drawer, and how you're gonna hook it up is on the bottom, you're gonna have a black hose that's gonna have a quick connect. It's already connected to the back of your stove. So what you're gonna do is take this, you're gonna connect it to the quick connect underneath the camper. There's a black valve, so once you turn the valve on, now you have gas running to it. And what that does is you cannot undo the line, until that valve is off. Turn the valve off. Now you can unconnect it and make sure you don't have any gas running to your grill. On top on this side is where your sink's at. So you're gonna have a quick connect little faucet. You do have hot and cold water. This style is the dump style. So once you use it, you have water in it, you have to take it out and dump the water. And here you're gonna have your little ice box. Now this one runs just on electric, so you cannot switch it to gas. Plug it in and it will get cold. So on the back side you have your ladder to get on the roof. That's max at 300 pounds. On the back side you do have a rack, so if you wanted to put a generator or ice chest or anything, you do have a 225 max pound on the rack. On top here is a backup camera prep, so you are prepped for a camera. Everything is ran, so if you did want one, you could get one the day you purchased in the store, or later on if you wanted one, you could add it. They're very easy to put on, and it is there ready to go. So here's your electric cord. This is going to be your Shore Power. This is a 50 amp camper, so you're going to plug it here. That's going to run to the Shore Power. Now this is 50 amps, so if your spot has 30, you're going to need an adapter from a 30 to a 50. Just remember, if you had a 30 amp spot, you cannot run both air conditions. You need a 50 amp to be able to run both. So these two here, that's your ice box breather vents. This is just for us to work on it in case we ever have to. This little hose here, if you ever have some water coming out of it, that's normal. That's just your ice box defrosting. So don't worry if you ever have water come out of it there, that's normal. This right here is your vent. So if you're gonna cook on the inside, you're gonna put your vent fan on, you're gonna open this vent from the outside and it's gonna allow you to pull everything from the inside. Okay, so here's where you're gonna hook up your sewer line. So you're gonna hook your sewer line up here, you're gonna run it to their sewer. On this model, you only have 2 pools. You're gonna have a black and a gray. The black's gonna be back here, that's your toilet. Your gray is here in the frame. So once you're camping and you hook up your hose, you can pull the gray water and let that drain the whole time, that's fine. The black water, you don't want to do that. You don't want to keep that tank dry. Toilet paper things tend to stick. So you're going to want to watch your levels on the inside, and I'll show you where that's at later. Once you get full, you're going to come outside, pull this, let it dump, close it, go back on the inside, flush your toilet, let a little bit of water go into your tank. That way nothing's going to stick and you'll be fine for next time. Okay, so here's your docking station. This is where you're going to hook up your water hose for the city water. You're going to run from them. This is where you're going to hook up. Now this blue handle here is going to do what you're needing to do. So if you look here, you can tell fill tank and this is city. So if you're going somewhere where there's no water and you need to fill your freshwater tank in this camper, what you're going to do is take this blue handle, you're going to turn it up. Now what you're doing is you're filling up your freshwater tank. Okay? If you're going where there's city water and don't need fresh water, you're going to take the blue handle, put it down. Now the water's running through your camper and you're fine. Just remember, if you do fill up your freshwater tank and you go where there's no water, on the inside, I'll also show you where that's at. You have to put on your water pump so the water can go through the camp. This right here is your black tank flush. So once you're done camping and you dump all your tanks, what you want to do is open your black tank and leave it open. You're going to take your hose from here, you're going to hook it up here, turn it on, and what it is the pressure is going to turn a wand inside the black tank that's at the top, and it's going to wash everything out of the black tank, get you a good clean tank. These 2 connections here is what this is. So the top one would be satellite if you're running satellite. The bottom would be cable. So whichever one you're running, that's how you would run it. Your little hose here, you have a little blue hose that's in the front compartment. That would be a quick connect here, and on this side you could either put your shower head or a hose, anything you wanted, and that would allow you to have hot and cold water on the outside. Here is your hot water heater. So on this model, it is gas and electric. Here's your anoid. So this is what you're going to pull once or twice a year to see if it's rusted. This is what you're going to want to change. What this does is sends a magnetic charge in the water, catches all the trash. So eventually this is going to rust and get bad. So you're going to want to check it. Once it's on, you're going to hook up your water. You're going to fill it up with water, pull this little switch, make sure you got water in it. Once your hot water is full, down here, you're going to have an on and off switch. So this switch is going to be the electric side of your hot water heater. So if you turn this on, now the electric side running and the gas is on the inside, and I'll show y'all once we're on the inside how to light the gas side. So if you ever fill up your freshwater tank, you're going somewhere where there's no water, you go camping and you have any water left over in your tank, this is where you're gonna dump it, this valve here. So you turn this valve, this will let all the water out of your freshwater tank. So these 2 caps here, what that is your low point drain. So if we ever have in cold weather where it's going to get below freezing, of course, you want to get all the water out of the camper, so you're going to dump your tanks. And you're also going to pull these 2 caps, and what that's going to do is drain all your lines. If you dump all this camper and you don't pull these 2, then you'll probably bust a line. Now right here on the other side of the steps, which is on the front side, right, almost underneath your door, you do have another quick connect. Which is for a burner. So if you wanted to bring a bigger burner, you know, to cook more, you get the right quick connect that fits this. You could plug that burner into here and use the same bottles on your camper. Right here, what we have is a little solar charge. So if you do like a lot of dry camping, wood camping, anything where there's no electricity, what you can do is buy a solar panel. It would plug up to here. And what that does, it keeps your battery charged, so it'll run just your 12-volt stuff, your lights, your icebox, stuff like that. People also do use it if they don't have power. They will plug one in just to use it as a trickle charge to keep the battery charged. So now I'm going to explain the auto leveling system to you a little bit. I'm going to go through it, but you're gonna get a lot more on the walkthrough. But I would recommend on all 4 of your jacks to put a block, 6x6 or 8x8, anything. That way, if you're in a spot that's really low, when you're going to use the auto leveling, a lot of times if you run out of stroke, it throws a code and you have to reset it. So if you put blocks on all 4, and I'll go over it with you, you should never have to go into that problem and have to manually do all that. So now we're going to go over the board on the auto control. Okay, so it's on right now and it's saying ready. So to unhook it from the truck, all you have to do is press front and hold it. Right now we're picking it up. That's just your front jack. So anytime you want to drop it, you're going to press retract and hit whatever you want. Now you're bringing it down. So that's how you would do it manually. So to go through the system with you a little bit right here, it's saying ready. If I press the down button, this is manual mode. You can go into here on manual and work each jack one by one. You just have to be careful, because if you don't know what you're doing, sometimes you can twist the frame or make more problems than helping. This right here is auto hitch height. So once you unhook this from your truck, it remembers where it was. So you go to auto hitch height and you press enter, and this will pick it back to where it was to unhook from your truck. So once you get to your spot and you put your 4 blocks out, you got them on each leg. All you're going to do is hit auto level. It's going to level itself. Okay. Now, one thing to remember is when you're done camping and you're ready to leave, before you hook this up to your camper, you need to go to rear, retract, rear, pick up your back jacks. That way you can pick up the camper to hook it up to your truck. And then again, all of the instructions are on this door. If you forget, there's also a CD on the inside that you can watch that explains this in a lot more detail. So this here is your battery disconnect. So what this will do is, if you're saving this camper and you're not going to hook it up to shore power, you could turn this off, and what that does is disconnect everything from your battery, because no matter what, you're still going to have the little lights on your radio and your microwave. Those little lights will run down your battery. Now, even though you turn this off, there is one thing. It's going to be your propane sniffer. That is directly wired to your battery. So even though you turn this off, you will still have that running your battery down, but that will be the only thing. So just make sure this is on. You're going to have power. If you want to save it, turn it off. So here we are in the master bedroom. So you're going to have storage underneath the bed. And it's on shock, so it'll hold itself up, which is nice. You have 110 plugs on both sides of the bed. On the right side, you have a charging port, so you have USBs or the old style car charger if you have anything you need to charge. So here you have your AC in the bedroom. Now this one, everything's going to be controlled on the unit itself. You're going to have high, low, and then your cool. Now there's no heating strip in here, so this is only going to be cold air that dumps into this room. You also have your filters on each side, which can be cleaned and put back. And this one is not ducted with the front. So the front one you can have the air blowing in here, but this one will only blow into the bedroom. So here's the mount bracket in the wall. If you want to hang a TV, try to stay as center of this sticker as you can. There is a back in this wall. You'd hang your TV here. You have 110 plugs. Your TV would go here. And here is your amplifier booster. So if you're anywhere that you're running on the antenna where there's no cable, you're going to want to push this button. What that does gives you more amps to catch more channels and clear up your picture. Now a lot of times, and I'll get to the antenna in a minute and show you, but a lot of times if you hook cable up to this camper and your picture's distorted, you can't get it clear, it's because you need to turn this button off because it's too strong and it's messing up your picture. The last thing on the wall is on this side. This is your carbon monoxide sensor. So this is going to run off a 9 volt. So every once in a while you're going to want to check it and make sure the battery is good. That way you'll have it in case you ever need it. So in the bathroom, y'all, it's pretty basic, just like all the rest. One of the main things is that's where your GFI is at. So if any of your plugs don't work, this is where you're going to reset it. Another very important thing is this shower door. You want to make sure this is latched before you leave, because if it swings open and close, it will break this shower door. This little black box here, this is your propane sniffer. So this is wired directly to your battery. So this is going to run all the time. Now these are sensitive, so remember, if you spray Lysol, Glade, anything with strong perfume close to it, a lot of times that will make it go off. On top here is going to be your back air condition in your living room. So it's going to be just basically like your house. You're going to have cool. You put it on auto, you set your temperature, or you put it on heat, put on a bottle, set your temperature, and that will run your furnace. Now here we have your control board. Now this is a generic board, so some of this on here you won't have on this model. This right here is all your glide rooms. So this will bring them in and out. This here is going to be your awning. That'll bring your awning in and out. This button here is your ceiling lights. That's your porch light on the outside. You have a step light to help you get in. This would be your water pump. So if you're going anywhere that you fill up your freshwater tank, there's going to be no water. You get there, you turn this on, that's what's going to pump the water through the camper. Now your hot water heater, I showed you on the outside, you do have an electric switch on the outside. You also have one on the inside. So you can turn it on from the inside. This would be electric, and then this would be your gas side. That light's on, it will light for you, and you can run electric, gas, or both at the same time to get hot water quicker. Now here's all your gauges. Fresh water tank, you're empty. This is your battery, we're full because we hooked up. Black 1 is going to be your toilet, you're empty. This one has a black 2, you won't have a black 2, so you won't worry about this. This one, gray 1, is going to be all your soapy water, and then they have a gray 2, you won't have a gray 2, so black 1 and gray 1 is the only levels you're going to want to watch on this model. So on this side, on your slide, you're going to have 3 controls. These 2 are going to control the lights in this slide. This one right here is going to be the LED strip that's on your awning on the slide. This switch here is going to control the awning that's connected to your slide. So here you're going to have your stove. On this model, once you put your bottle on, you can pick which burner you want. It does have a clicker, so it will light the top. Your oven will still be manual, so what you're going to have to do is put it on pilot, press and hold it. You're going to have to light your pilot at the bottom, hold it for 10 seconds, turn it on, and now you're good to go. Just remember to turn it off, that way your pilot light doesn't stay on. So on the ice box, this button here is going to be your on and off, so that's going to just completely turn it off or on what you need. This button here is going to be auto or gas, so if you're on auto, you get to your spot, you plug in, put a bottle on. That way if you leave and the electricity turns off for some reason where you're at, this will automatically switch to gas, keep everything cold. Now, electricity will always be first, so if electricity comes back on, it will switch back to electricity for you, so it's not burning your gas. If you're going somewhere with no electricity and you need gas, all you're going to do is put a bottle on, press this button, now this ice box is running on just gas. Right here you have your TV, fireplace. You can have it on without heat coming out. This is electric. And here's your radio. This is also this is going to be your radio, your CD player, and your DVD player. So it's already hooked to the TV, so you can watch movies through this also. So last, here we are in the bunk room. You're going to have 4 bunks. I say 4 bunks. You got 3 bunks and a sofa that folds out to make a bed. All these lights are going to be manual, so directly in the middle you have a button. On all 4 sides you will have a vent here, so you can manually open it if it's hot, let the heat out. Your main switch is here for the middle lights, and then in the bunk room, here's where all your fuses and your breakers are, so everything is labeled of what you need. And if you ever have a little red light showing through here, that tells you which one of these fuses are burnt. So I want to say congratulations on your purchase of your new Cougar, and I would like to say welcome to the Primeaux family. Thank you.